You may have watched our video, Should You Use ChatGPT for Your Admissions Essays? As you most likely know, ChatGPT is a powerful natural language processing model to generate realistic and engaging conversations based on your input. It is really cool technology, and we've even had a lot of fun trying out different MBA admissions essay prompts with it. But overall, the responses it generates for now, and it's going to get better, are just too generic to use in MBA applications, and I would even argue that they're too generic to even use as a foundation. The fundamental problem is that AI just doesn't know you. It doesn't know anything at all about you, and it can't get to the level of details and specificity that are necessary to make your essays come alive. So it just can't generate an essay that makes you you. It also doesn't know anything about the MBA admissions process or what admissions teams want in a candidate. We thought using some examples would help you see this more closely. Here's an easy one. Let's use this prompt. In 25 words, what is something interesting about you that you would want your future classmates to know? Here are a few responses for each one. See if you can guess if it was written by ChatGPT or an actual applicant. Here we go. I can speak and understand over 100 human languages. My band, Ham and Eggplant, once opened for a band that opened for Bon Jovi in 1983. I am the drummer. I can generate creative writing answer questions and help with tasks. Okay, I know that one is just too obvious, but just in case, the one written by an actual applicant was the drummer. Well, the reason why you picked that out is because it offers such specificity. So when we typed into ChatGPT, what is something interesting to know about me that I'd want my future classmates to know? Its response was, as an AI language model, I don't have information about your personal experiences or preferences. Exactly, that's the point. We couldn't have said it better. ChatGPT can write, but it just can't write about you. Guess what? MBA programs want to know about you and what makes you a great applicant for their program. They want to know about what you've done professionally and in your community. They also want to know about your personal experiences, the experiences that have shaped you into the person you are today. And they want concrete examples that demonstrate who you are, what you do, and the impact you've had. ChatGPT just doesn't know any of that and can't write an impactful essay about you. Let's try another example. I'll tell you, this one is not as obvious, but I will point out what's missing. ChatGPT, write an essay about overcoming a challenge. Okay, here's their response. One of the significant challenges that I faced in my life was the fear of public speaking. As a child, I would avoid any situation that required me to speak in front of a group of people. Even simple tasks such as giving a presentation in class or reading out loud in front of the class would fill me with anxiety and dread. Okay, that introduction wasn't bad, but if you read it again, it was actually fairly generic. There weren't a lot of specifics about the individual. I would suggest starting with a more engaging and specific narrative. Let's try this one. My voice began to crack. I lost my train of thought. Was I having an out-of-body experience? No. I was trying to speak before an audience of 20 colleagues on my area of expertise, alleviating bottlenecks in manufacturing and operational processes. And these people knew me. Why couldn't I get the words out when this was my field? Okay, that's a personal intro and it's specific to the individual. It's just a better way of writing because it's so unique to our hero. Sorry, I can't help it. We got to get back to the essay itself. Okay, so let's get back to our narrative from before. This fear of public speaking followed me into my adult life, and it started to hold me back from achieving my goals. I realized I could no longer avoid speaking in public if I wanted to progress in my career and personal life. Again, I got to call it out. I can't help myself. Is that specific to anyone? Read it again. Could that be about any applicant at all? Keep thinking about that as we get to the next paragraph. I decided to take control of the situation and start working on overcoming my fear. I started by researching, reading books on public speaking, attending workshops, and seeking advice from experts in the field. I also joined a public speaking club where I could practice speaking in front of an audience in a supportive environment. Again, not bad at all, but not specific to any particular individual. It was a slow and challenging journey, but with each small step, I began to feel more comfortable and confident speaking in public. I learned to control my nerves and focus on my message rather than my fears. I also developed techniques to help me prepare and develop speeches effectively. I mean, even there, how generic. I developed techniques. What were those techniques? Eventually, I was able to overcome my fear of public speaking, and it opened up new opportunities for me. I was able to take on more leadership roles in my work and community and communicate more effectively with others. It also gave me a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that I'd faced a significant challenge and had overcome it. Okay, so again, pretty impressive essay if it was spit out in a matter of seconds. No question about that. Again, that could be anyone's essay, as I've said many times. Read it again and you'll see there are literally no specifics. And even if you add in your specifics, it's structured in a way that leaves you with a narrative from childhood that's a little cliched. This, of course, isn't even your challenge that you overcame. Your challenge could be quite different. But while there are a litany of problems, quite importantly, the essay is missing what theoretically you were able to do concretely and what you accomplished after overcoming that challenge. What new opportunities did you seize at work and in your community? What did you do and what was the positive impact of your effective speaking? That should be the main focus of this essay, but ChatGPT doesn't know enough about you to add that and it becomes a missed opportunity. Look, this is amazing technology. It'll be fascinating to see how it evolves. If there's ever a way for the technology to learn about your professional accomplishments, community leadership, personal experiences, values, determine which of the stories make you different from other applicants, and show fit with your target MBA program, then we can talk or chat again. For now, stick with your own creativity. So we strongly advise that you brainstorm your own essay ideas and stay away from ChatGPT for now because it's going to lead you to something generic. Please check out our video on how to brainstorm for MBA essay ideas starting now.